that homeless guy in this episode 8. Yes, I remember. Yes, Laura Palmer, I've met. Are you trying to show your plan to Andy? The big picture? To Andy? Two Coopers, that Cooper and this Cooper. That you can understand, Andy. Font quand You with Lucy. Maybe Lucy can recognize if it's the real Ron Cooper. 6. I remember also that place. It was into the movie, no? And also now the fireman is the guy taking care of a fire, of an incident which happened. But right there, I showed you my plan, that's it. You should know and understand everything. With these clothes, it's Andy. 2 reasons why no, maybe it's not gonna happen. Did you come back here or?
We need to get her down the mountain. She's very important and there are people that want her dead. We need to put her in a cell where she'll be safe. Okay. Don't tell anybody about this.
How do you truly understood this language?
Idiots. You're a joke, Andy.
Oh no, Chad is gonna know about that girl being there.
You're not a cop at all. You're a very bad person, Chad. Give good policemen a bad name. Good policemen a bad name.
She's so proud of him. Tonight you have a lot of reasons to be proud of your man.
So you really can't take that thing off, huh?
Nah, I can't. Doctor tried to take it off once and I started bleeding. About 6 months ago, after a night down at the pub with my mates, I'm walking home alone. I get this peculiar feeling as I turn into this avenue as a shortcut. It strikes me that I'm wasting life, Jimmy. Hanging about, eating a pub every night, drinking, when I should be helping people.
Okay.
I see in the alleyway a nice stack of boxes. And I jumped. For fun. And all of a sudden, I was sucked up into the vortex of this massive tunnel in the air. I'm floating in thin air, way up somewhere, like a void. The Fireman is what he's called himself. And he says to me, go to the hardware store near your flat, and there you will find a rack of green rubber gardening gloves. One package will already be open, with only a right-handed glove inside.
The fireman told you that? You're part of the plan?
Your right hand will then possess the power of an enormous palm driver.
Huh?
And I'm back in the room. Off I go to the counter, lay down the package for the clerk, and he says, I can't sell you that one. You have to buy one that hasn't been opened. So I says to Mr. Jobsworth, listen, I'm buying this glove. And I put my beans on the counter and walk towards the door. Bolt out the door, hit the cobbles, open and leave Mr. Jobsworth in the dust.
Mm-hmm.
Slipping a glove on while I go. Then he slows me down. And before you know it, Jobsworth puts a tackle on me worthy of a red card and sends me skidding on the field. On instinct to defend myself, I pop Jobsworth one in the loaf with my green glove. I hear a crack, and by the way his head's tilted and him trying to talk, I fear I've snapped his Gregory. I remember something else that bloke up in the sky told me. Once you've got the glove on, go to Twin Peaks, and there you will find your destiny.
The guy is a part of the
I am
plan?
today.
You're part of the plan.
Thank you, Freddie. That's a great story.
You met the fireman who gave you all of this information and who told you to be there to do all of that?
The fireman picked you.
Well, that's a good question. I asked him myself. I said, why me? And he said, why not you? And when I went to buy my ticket to fly over here, they told me I already had a ticket.
Someone bought it? It's not the fireman who bought it. But someone else knows about you, it means. Not just the fireman. Not Dark Cooper, please. This episode needs to end at some point, like...
You drinking all alone? Mind your own business.
Not approach, like, really.
Please. It's not very polite.
Oh, no time to be.
It wasn't meant to be polite.
Why would you deserve for her to be polite? Like, guys, ask yourself
You sit back.
that question, you know, each time that a girl is telling you no. Why does she have to tell you yes, to be polite, to be nice? Eh?
Free country.
Same, Sarah, like really same.
Free.
She guessed who you were before you even talked.
Come to think of it, you look kind of like a bull-necked Lesno. You like taking cocked, huh? You. What? I kill you, will you, miserable bitch? Do you really want to fuck this?
What the hell? What happened? He just fell over. I don't know. What was that? His neck missing? You know.
What the fuck is happening into this episode? Do you want to...
Honey,
My mind is gonna explode.
we got a dead one at the bar.
Are you for real? Like, everything
We'll
that
see
happened?
about this. Sure is a mystery, huh?
What the fuck, Sarah? Like, since when?
That's because you're hanging out at the nut house. I'm not.
Who the fuck are you now? Why do I need to care about you?
You're clever anyway.
Diane, like really, I'm like a cat, like stop!
Have you seen Billy?
Billy!
No, not for a couple of days.
Audrey's
I heard you were the last person to see Billy.
Ah! Okay, Audrey's Billy.
He was in the kitchen, me and my mom. I think my uncle was there. I'm not sure.
What happened?
See Billy. He jumped over a fence, a 6-foot fence. Lands in our backyard. Comes running like crazy to the back door. We slam in the back. Stomps in the kitchen. I start screaming. I think my mom screamed too. Blood coming out of his nose and mouth. He goes and hangs his head in the sink. Blood's just gushing like a waterfall.
What?
Did you say that to
And
Charlie?
you didn't tell anyone? Just didn't know what to do. I know my mom had a thing. What? Really? Yeah. Until pretty recent, at least.
Are you Audrey's daughter? What?
What's your mom's name?
Audrey?
It's Tina.
Ah, no, Tina. Okay. Makes more sense. Make more sense! I think that this episode was meant to kill me. And the fact that this is the first episode of Twin Peaks that I watch after the announcement of David Lynch's death For sure I'm gonna see that a sign. Like already the fact that during the entire intro I told you about the fact that when they announced his death, that was so weird for me because it has been months that I binge watched Twin Peaks and that for me David Lynch is so alive, you know. And also because the day before his death I discovered, you know, I filmed my reactions and my thoughts to one of his movies to publish it to you, you know, later. Like really, the day before I watched the movie, the day of the announcement of his death, I began to work, you know, to edit my reactions to that movie. So really, it felt so weird for me, the announcement of his death. Right there, I'm beginning this episode. It's the first time that I'm going back to Twin Peaks since the announcement of his death. The first scene of that episode, you know, it's with him. Already, you know, I had the impression that the planets, you know, are functioning to make me feel weird. And the fact that this episode is so full of things like, for sure I'm gonna see it as a sign of David Lynch just messing with my mind again and again and again and again, not giving me any break. Even if I could have seen this episode last week, you know, before the announcement of his death, and it would have been the same episode. And this episode was built, you know, and written a long time ago. I know about it, but really, the fact that it's happening right now, oh, guys. I know also that it's because of the fact that we're close to the end that, for sure, everything is beginning to connect, you know, all of the narrative arcs are beginning to connect with each other, and that's pretty cool to see it in action, and also, like, we're beginning to have big things happening. Again, it's logical. We're close to the end. Only 4 more episodes to finish this season, to finish Twin Peaks. But really, I had the impression that my mind would explode right there at the end. I'm so sorry. I had so much trouble to understand that final scene, when maybe, in fact, it was the simplest one. But it was really because my mind was already full of big informations. We began this episode with Gordon, and that already, I said it, it felt weird. And really, I think that all of the scenes with him, with this character, now they're gonna feel weird, and it's gonna be rough for me to not feel emotional during them. Here, the fact that we're beginning everything with that explanation about the first case which began, you know, Blue Rose. The fact that we had Lois, it was her name, two of these girls. That Blue Rose, it means that you're the copy, you know, you're not the real one. To have that explanation, it's already a big thing. Finally, we have one explanation. Then Diane coming and making the link, you know, creating the link between her, between them, with Dougie Jones. The fact that Dougie's wife, it's her sister or half-sister, I can't remember, but no matter what, we're connecting stuff together, we're connecting Dougie Jones to the entire story. Now it makes sense that it's Dougie Jones which was chosen, you know, to be the other Cooper, like to be Dougie Cooper. Now it makes sense because that person is connected to Diane. So in fact, since the beginning, Diane is a big part of all of that, because I think that Dougie Jones was chosen because that person was connected to Diane, and we needed someone connected to Diane. Dark Cooper knew about it, he knew everything about Dougie Jones, Dougie Cooper, that it would become Dougie Cooper, and he tried to get him killed to have issues for him sooner. Like, really, everything now makes sense because everything is connected in that way. And Gordon calling, you know, Vegas to say, I want information about the Dougie Jones, like, it means that soon they're gonna discover about that particular Dougie Jones, his fingerprints, which were related to Cooper, you know, like, as soon it's gonna make sense also, that aspect. It's so cool, so cool. In the middle of all of that, we had also one big thing happening. We have Gordon talking about his dream with Monica Bellucci in Paris. All these lines that they exchanged, you know, about dreams, for sure it was emotional. But right there she was used to remind that particular moment to Gordon, about Philip Jeffries, about that dream that Cooper had, and Philip Jeffries appeared on that day, and Philip Jeffries acted like that in front of Cooper, saying, who do you think that he is? Meaning that Philip Jeffries saw Cooper before, saw a different Cooper before. Right there was afraid that it was not the real one, or maybe it was already not the real one, but I think that it was the real one. But no matter what, it's encouraging, you know, that idea that we have two Coopers, like also the fact that Sheriff Truman talked with Gordon, talking about Horace Pages, talking about two Coopers, like Blue Rose being about two people being at the same time, at the same place. Like, oh, that's it. Everything is getting connected, is beginning to make sense. Oh, it's so cool. So cool. But so many things happened and it was just the first scene. Like, really, my mind exploded when it was just the first scene. Later during the episode, they are finally going on that trip with Bobby, with the four of them, you know. And it's Andy who is taken into that other universe. I mean, me, how I'm picturing it, it's more like, I named them, you know, the mom and dad of all of the universes. You know, the tall man and the one that I call the Queen Lady. For me, they are the mom and dad of all of the universes. They saw that something wrong happened with Bob for one of these universes, so they sent Laura's case to repair the thing. So that's why, you know, for me, the fact that the tall man says that his real name is the Fireman, it makes sense in the sense that he's there to destroy the fire which was committed, you know, like he's there to cancel the incident which happened. For me, it makes sense like that. But the fact that it's Andy who is going, the Fireman is showing him his plan, but through really a lot of different pictures which are not really making sense for someone who didn't watch the entire show. So the fact that it was too Andy, that he showed all of that, I was like, that's it, we're screwed. And in fact, apparently, Andy understood everything, and when he's coming back, he knows what he has to do to take that girl, to protect her, to keep her into that cell so she's gonna be safe, because some people want to kill her. I'm a little afraid of the fact that she's in jail with two other guys, including Chad. Like, they're gonna know then that she's there. I'm afraid of that. But Andy apparently understood everything. And into his visions at some point we had him taking Lucy to see someone. I'm wondering if it's not about the two Coopers, because just before, the vision that he had just before, it was the two Coopers. So I'm wondering if it's not about taking Lucy to see one of the Coopers and to determine if it's a real Cooper or not. I'm imagining something like that, me. But see what happened into these woods, what happened with the Fireman, taking Andy, talking with Andy, showing him all of that, Andy coming back, doing all of that, it's already so much, like, already that, it's a lot. So, first scene with Gordon and all of what we had into it, that scene with Andy and the Fireman and everything related to it, like really, just these two moments and my mind is exploding. So, if you're putting, in addition of all of that, the fact that we have a guy, we don't know who he is truly and all, but that guy was sent here also by the Fireman. He met the Fireman told him all of that, to do all of that with the gloves and all, and to come into Twin Peaks, meaning that he's part of the plan as well at some point. It's amazing. I don't know how to say it in another way. It's amazing. And me, I'm not wondering about why this guy in particular, is he the chosen one or anything like that. I don't think so, because in fact I think that when the Fireman created all of that plan with Laura's case, I think that in fact he involved a lot of people, like for example the Log Lady, all of the characters who were involved, like Major Briggs and all. So why not this guy, like why not him? A lot of people in fact met the Fireman or were touched by the Fireman to do things. I don't know how to explain it, but that's how I'm picturing stuff into my mind. I'm sorry, I really like... So that guy, at the end, that girl talking about Billy, I was like, who the fuck are you? Are you supposed to be Tina? The fact that she talked about her mom who fell in love with that Billy, I was like, oh, that's it? You're Audrey's daughter? When we had already, you know, the thing about Richard being her son, and in fact, no, she's Tina's daughter, which makes more sense. Which means also that all of the story that she just said, normally Tina said it to Charlie, you know, Audrey's husband. You know what I think about Audrey, about the fact that she's losing her mind, something is really wrong with her mind, you know, her mental health. I think that at some point we're gonna have something about it. What else did we have during this episode? Like really, this episode was so full of stuff that I can't even remember all of the things that we had into it. I almost forgot about Sarah and the fact that Sarah can open her face, can kill someone. What the fuck? Since how long? I knew that something was wrong with her. I knew it, I felt it. But not when she was at the supermarket, it's really when she was at her place, how she was acting, and the fact that the fan was on. I guessed that something was wrong with her, but for sure I couldn't guess that. She's not the real Sarah, but it means that someone took her place, and where is the real Sarah? And if she's the real Sarah, in fact, since how long she is like that? She was not like that into Firework with Me, into the first seasons of Twin Peaks. What the fuck is happening with Sarah? Like, this episode was already a lot too much, but that moment, it was the what the fuck moment that I didn't need. Oh wow! Oh wow! That episode, it's really like, oh wow! I needed for this episode to end. I needed it. And I think that now, all of the episodes, you know, that I'm gonna have to finish this season, to finish Twin Peaks, they're all gonna feel the same. They're all gonna be too much. They're all gonna be like, oh wow. They're all gonna be, what the fuck. They're all gonna be like, oh, I need a break after it to think. But that was cool. I love it. For sure, I love it. Okay, I'm gonna take a little break and then I'm gonna come back to watch one more episode. It's all for you for this video. If you want my reactions and my thoughts to the next episode, you can already have it on my Patreon if you can be interested, with two options. With the level 2 you have a longer reaction part, with the level 3 you have the full reaction part. All of my reactions and my thoughts to the full episode if you can be interested. Okay, so it's all for you for today and it's all for me for now. So bye for now. Bye.
Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me you built a time machine?
Hey.